In the next phase, the story shifts away from the immediate danger and settles into something far less stable: the quiet, lingering aftermath of survival. What remains isn't relief, but an imbalance that neither of them can quite steady, as if they're still suspended in the moment where everything almost slipped away. Ian's composure, once so precise and impenetrable, begins to fracture in ways he can no longer conceal. Their closeness deepens in that space, but it carries hesitation, as if both understand that acknowledging it fully will make everything more fragile, not less. That fragile piece doesn't last. The exposure of their secret pulls them abruptly back into a world that refuses to let them remain untouched. What once protected them now isolates them, turning something private into something relentlessly public. For Hee-joo, the pressure closes in quickly. The attention feels invasive, leaving her with no space to steady herself as the noise grows louder around her. And within that rising chaos, what they've just begun to understand about each other is no longer sheltered. It is tested, exposed, and at risk of slipping beyond their control. The chaos pressing in around them leaves no space for hesitation, and Ian's instinct is immediate, pulling Hee-joo close, creating a barrier between her and the world that has suddenly turned unforgiving. His protection feels less like authority and more like quiet insistence, a refusal to let her face the weight of it alone. Yet once they step away from the noise, the impact settles differently. For Hee-joo, the truth lands inwardly, reshaping the meaning of everything they built. What once shielded her now feels like exposure, and guilt begins to take root where certainty used to live. Ian remains beside her, steady in a way that resists her growing self-blame, but his presence cannot fully silence what is unfolding. When the palace intervenes, that fragile sense of safety is stripped away. Queen Irang's cold reminder reframes their relationship as something insufficient, something that cannot protect him from what is coming. The distance between personal feeling and political reality becomes impossible to ignore. At the same time, the poisoning begins to reveal a deeper intent. Suspicion shifts inward, toward the palace itself, where loyalty feels uncertain and motives begin to blur. What surrounds them now is no longer just scandal or fear, but something more deliberate, an unraveling that threatens not only their relationship, but the fragile structure holding everything in place. Ian's determination to uncover the truth feels less like control and more like something unraveling beneath him. His anger surfaces without restraint, and in confronting Seong-won, it exposes a deeper fear he can no longer conceal. When Hee-joo tries to steady him, he moves past her instead, leaving behind a quiet fracture that lingers more than the outburst itself. In that space, Hee-joo is forced to face what she has been avoiding. Jung-woo's words don't accuse so much as reveal, reflecting back a truth she can no longer distance herself from. At the same time, his awareness of things left unsaid begins to feel unsettling, as though he exists just outside the limits of what others understand. Meanwhile, the palace tightens its hold, and Queen Irang leaves Hee-joo with choices that barely feel like her own. It is within that pressure that clarity finally settles. Later, in a rare stillness, Hee-joo looks at Ian without the shield of pretense. What she feels no longer fits within the boundaries they once agreed on, and denying it begins to feel pointless. The realization comes quietly, but it carries a finality she cannot undo. What started as something controlled has already become something far more vulnerable and far more difficult to protect. Hee-joo's decision to step away feels less like strength and more like surrender to something she believes is unavoidable. Protecting Ian, in her mind, means removing herself entirely, even if it fractures something she can no longer deny. The pain stays internal, quiet but steady, shaping her into someone already preparing to lose what she just began to understand. Her departure carries a sense of isolation rather than drama. Driving away alone feels deliberate, almost detached, as if she has accepted that whatever comes next cannot include him. There is a subtle recklessness in that choice, a suggestion that her sacrifice may go further than she intends. At the same time, Jung-woo's role grows harder to trust. His position in the investigation places him close to the truth, but his motives feel divided, leaving open the possibility that he may either expose what's hidden or quietly turn against them when it matters most.